it's probably this for mine.
Today, my special guest is an avid traveler. She loves the English language. Like, seriously, she expresses herself so well. An amazing writer. She dabbles in food as well. And a great and inspiring fashionista. Very stylish, I would say. And I think she's dabbling into interior design as well. She's a creative and a maverick. Who am I talking about? The only Natasha Nyanin. Enjoy my informal conversation, which include languages, culture, and food, of course. And tell me.
I can't believe you're here.
I'm here.
Well done, you though. Thank you.
But when I watch you, I watch the other side of it. I'm like, gosh, I bet you her heart is pounding, but she's going for it.
What choice do
And yeah, most people miss that, don't they? Until they are in that position.
Yeah. Well, I think you make a valid point in that you say one puts oneself in positions that leaves them vulnerable. I think most people, given the choice, will not choose to be in a position where they're vulnerable.
I better understand, as a black woman, a very intelligent black woman, trying to make her mark, feeling all the vulnerability and insecurities, but still waking up every day and putting your best foot forward. And that inspires me.
Actually, no, I should say, because I have this again, this is like a language thing, right? I have this little nitpicky thing where people are like, oh, you should be more vulnerable. I'm like, you're vulnerable by virtue of the fact that you're human. You don't need to be more vulnerable. What people want is for you to show your vulnerability.
There's a difference.
Putting myself in situations where I am more likely to quote unquote fail or more likely to be challenged.
Yeah.
But it's because I guess I don't necessarily even think about the failure option. I'm like, this is what I have to do, is what I have to do.
So it's the mindset, isn't it?
It is the mindset. I mean, everything happens in the mind, right? Nothing's good or bad, but thinking makes it so. Hamlet, Act 2, Scene 2. My theory.
Yeah, look at that. Hamlet sing one, sing two. And now Carolina sing one, sing two. Look at it. Was this my problem?
My friends are just tired of me. They're like, tired of
keep going.
Tired of it.
I have to go to the Ewe land with that one. Sure.
But no,
I mean, can you speak Ewe?
Of course I can speak Ewe. I mean, I'm from Vaco, so my Ewe is a little different from yours. When did I start speaking Ewe? I started speaking when I was about 9 months old. When I was one, my first Ewe thing that I said was, put it on the sobaji. So I mixed the English and my nanny Davi, she never let me forget that. Yeah.
And I bet they never let you forget.
They never let me forget. I mean, again, as a lover of language, I love all of the languages that I can speak. I wish I could speak more, to be honest. And I also think, obviously, there are things that you do with languages that differ from language to language. There's a way that when Ashanti, like I had a taxi driver yesterday in where we were in Knightsbridge, and he happened to be Ghanaian, and he was Ashanti, and I told him, I said, I love the way Ashantis, when they're speaking their tree, is so like rich, and the way that they use the terminology and the jokes that they make, it's very different from language to language. So I like that adaptability also, because I think it informs myself as a writer, it informs how I use the English language. So, when I speak my tree, I fight.
Do you think Ewes don't particularly, because I'm guilty of this as well, don't speak Ewe as much as, let's say, for example, the Ashanti. It's not a shame, but I know that there's this guy who's actually done an Ewe dictionary. Yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on it to improve.
Yeah.
But I guess it's also because, like, when you're speaking to a friend and you want to speak into a local dialect, they either speak Tree or Gam.
Yeah, we're smaller.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I mean, when I remember specifically when I was in Ghana and I was in high school, at Ghana International School, and we called them stewards, but basically the janitors.
Okay.
There were a couple of them that were Ewe, and very few of the kids, I think, they spoke a local language, let alone Ewe. So whenever they found out that I could speak Ewe, they sort of like, I became their friend on campus, and I was
so that was like your
that was my thing. Excuse me, but I don't know. I guess you're right that probably, at least in our generation, it seems like Ewe is less spoken as compared to maybe Tree. As you said, Tree sort of the universal Ghanaian language. So. It is the de facto.
Oh yes. Oh, but then again, of course, you're also Ashanti.
I'm half Ashanti.
Exactly.
I'm half Ashanti.
Don't bring any controversy.
No controversy. I think both cultures are beautiful in different ways.
I know.
And I enjoy learning about both sides of my being. Obviously, I grew up in my mother's house. I'm an Ewe girl. I used to go to Blackpool for Easter, see my grandparents until they moved to Accra with us. So I'm an Ewe girl.
So for me, like I have an experience like in a shanty home, like in the traditional sense, which you have, as compared to the Ewe tradition. It's not. I don't think it would be any different, or is it different?
I mean, I'm sure there are differences. I didn't, I grew up with my mother most of the time. I would visit my father in the summers and stuff. He was living in the US and other parts of the world. Honestly, my truest, deepest experience of Ashanti culture was just recently when I went to my grandmother's maternal.
Yes, because I saw that funeral. Girl, you represented.
It was incredible, but it was also sort of sad to know how little we know of the culture and wonder who's going to carry the torch when we don't know. Why am I doing this? What is this about? I mean, some of the stuff is a bit outdated or whatever, but there's if you dig deeper, there's a reason why. There's actually have to say that you enjoyed a funeral, but my grandmother lived a full life, and she passed away several months before the funeral, and of course we were very sad to lose her, but I was very edified by her homegoing because it taught me a lot about our culture. There were little nuggets where I felt a sense of belonging in a culture where I don't know the Ashanti culture as well as I know my Ewe side. So it was fascinating in that way.
But even the schools, because like in the school system, I didn't think that, I read about Didi Kimathi, I read about everything else, but I didn't think I really knew a lot more about Ghana. More so actually the tribes, like in terms of the Shanti, the Ewe, the Ghan, like knowing everything to detail. And I think maybe till the end of the year I should just go and check Amazon. I hope there's some writers.
Oh, there are lots of writers. I mean, there's a great, I haven't read the entire book, but I have it in my bookshelf. Anthony Kwame Appiah he's half Ashanti, he's half Ghanaian, I don't know where his other side is. He's an American professor. I think he teaches at Princeton or something. But he has a book called In My Father's House, which he's a professor of philosophy and ethics. So it's a sort of an ethical treatise, but using Ashanti culture as a visual. So it's called In My Father's. It goes into the culture a bit and sort of links that to philosophy. I had the great fortune of hearing him speak, and so I bought the book. Never finished it, but it's quite.
Didn't finish it.
How many things I have on my bookshelf that I have? People always like, have you read all these books? It's impossible to read. You will never finish all the books in the world. This is the other thing I tell people all the time.
My mom actually had to go the other day.
Why? Because you haven't been reading it up? Well, and you see, I think sometimes reading it can be intimidating. You think I have to take this book and I have to. You don't have to finish it. If you read one, you should. But if you read one page, it's better than reading
nothing.
You will learn something from that one page.
I like historical architectural stories. It's like the way they build cathedrals and stuff. I find it fascinating.
Right.
So that's where my interest lies. Natasha, you have to actually join me on this trip because you love traveling. We have a lot in common. So I think that number one, we have got like a few people that are trying to preserve our food culture and stuff. But what I also want to find out is how our dishes have improved over time. And I think our grandmothers and great grandmothers, they have the secret. The other day, Mom taught me how to make this corn with peanuts and papaya.
I never heard of that.
I know. I was like, but Mama, you never told me about it. Anyway, she taught me how to make it. So we filmed it. And guess what happened? I ate it all.
Of course you did.
She came back and she was like, you didn't leave any for me. I'm like, sorry,
I finished.
You know the borders. You know our borders.
We didn't have nothing to do with.
Exactly. But I want to see how we've inspired, what's happened across
borders. Well, you take jollof as your typical example, right? What started out is the Wolof people,
the Wolof tribe,
and then how it's evolved. No, I think it's more because that transcendence of our food culture tells you that these borders, reminds you that these borders are not of our own making.
Exactly. Because we're actually the same tribe. If you think about it, it's just a straight line that's been drawn
in the sand. And because I think about the fact that probably somebody who's from the Volta region in Ghana might have more in common culturally with somebody from Togo. But outside of Africa, it's a big part of what inspires me to travel and to travel intrepidly is this idea that is remembering that these lines don't really mean anything. You can be at home anywhere in the world. You can have an affinity to a place. Your child of this
Warmest
planet.
way of listening.
And your heart can be in many
Many
places.
places.
And for different reasons.
Now talking about your heart, who got it?
Nobody. Well, somebody was nobody. I'm not gonna embarrass myself on your thing. Nobody.
Or your heart too. Because I say, yeah, snapping, snapping, Look, anytime I'm up here, digits within your hair.
Contact her.
And I'll do the recruitment.
No.
What is your name?
You're going to be my what's it called? My
Siri.
Exactly. My Siri, my assistant, my Alexa. Alexa, filter through these applications.
Do you see? Ooh. So of course, I know you've been talking about the yam thing.
Yes.
Like
because yam is like
your favorite, isn't
Yes,
it?
it is.
Why though?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, obviously, yam is just it can exist in a multiplicity of iterations.
What we got for? Me na catch you. What the heck? What we need? Because I don't talk about me.
You've got the what did I tell my friend the other day? I said it's the holy trinity of yam: fried yam, boiled yam.
Look at them and
yam
tell them
balls.
Balls me not count.
I mean, you can do so much with yam.
That's true.
You know,
That's
and it has a sweetness to it, but it's a savory thing as well. So as you've demonstrated, it can be put in desserts. Yam is
Okay, that's a secret for later.
But yam is glorious.
So just open that, and we're gonna continue this. But guess what? I've got here for you.
Ooh.
It's almost done. So we've got goat meat here with some carrots. We've got yam.
I know it's a source of deep contention.
Okay, now tell me what's the Scovie story.
I just don't like it. It's
Because it's salty.
It's too salty.
So
but I've been told that I haven't had like proper
because
stew.
the thing is, they need to actually boil it to take a lot of salt out, and then there's this umami flavor, but it shouldn't be overpowering. It should be just
exactly. There should be.
I think if you had it directly, then that's why.
But goat meat and yam. I mean, this is like yeah.
So anyway,
all right. So we're going to add this.
Yeah, because this is almost done. So I just want to make sure that the vegetables are still crunchy in there.
I mean, this is so thoughtful also because you know that I love tagine and I love Morocco.
Can you tell that I've actually been watching your videos on
Fantastic. Add this.
And I think my favorite picture of you, and I definitely will show this, was this amazing electric blue.
In the Sahara.
Yes.
The concluding part of this informal conversation will be available next week. So please click the subscribe button if you haven't done so yet, and the notification button so you do not miss a thing. I'll leave a link in the description box below to Natasha Nyanin Instagram handle, and do follow her. Very, very inspiring lady, absolutely. And I enjoy watching most of her videos, and what she gets up to is interesting. So yeah, loving to support one that works hard and pushes themselves against all odds. I'm up for it. So anyway, until next time, take care of you, be nice, be beautiful, be gorgeous, and I love you for you.